Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Paul Wiedefeld, the General Manager of Metro. Also with us today is Mayor Muriel Bowser, Councilman Brandon Todd, and the Reverend Floyd Patterson of the Greater St. Paul Baptist Church. The agenda will be that I will make some brief comments, turn it over to the mayor and then the councilman, and then we will ask any family members if they want to make comments, and then conclude the presentation today with the Reverend. But first, I'd like to thank all the loved ones who are here with us today as we commemorate the 10th year anniversary of the Red Line train accident. On this day in 2009, your lives were forever changed. We gather here today to remember the 9 individuals, the mothers, the fathers, the sons, the daughters, who lost their lives on that fateful day, and to once again offer our condolences for your loss. I would now like to ask the mayor to share her thoughts.
Good morning. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years since that day where your lives were changed forever, and our entire community, our city, and our entire region came together to grieve with you. That day, we lost Mary Doolittle, Veronica Du Bois, Anna Fernandez, Dennis Hawkins, LaVonda King, Janice McMillan, Ann Worley, David Worley, and Cameron Williams. And many others were injured and their lives changed forever. I shared with you then that I lived very close to here for almost 17 years. And in fact, the Red Line had been a part of my life for my entire life. Then as your council member, I worked very hard with the Transit Authority, with then Mayor Gray, who has joined us as well, Chairman Gray, and Mayor Fenty, I should say, who all came to the scene to make sure that our first responders had all of the things that they needed and that we could assist our families as best possible. We offered you prayers then, but we also made a number of commitments to make sure that we would do all that we could to make sure that our transit authority was a safe way for everybody in our region and our visitors to travel. And we have committed every day since to doing exactly that. We truly and fully honor the lives lost that day. And we, Washingtonians, will never forget what happened. This Legacy Park is a beautiful memorial and ensures that the district will never forget the lives lost on June the 22nd in 2009, in addition to a memorial over the bridge itself. But no memorial will replace the significant losses that you have experienced. And on this anniversary, which is sure to surface many emotions, we share our strength and love with all the survivors and the families and the friends of the victims. May God continue to bless you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Todd, and I represent Ward 4 on the Council of the District of Columbia. And on behalf of the residents of Ward 4, I want to extend my thoughts, my most sincere thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of the 9 individuals that we are honoring today on 10 years after that tragic day in June. This Memorial Legacy Park serves as a reminder, as a place of reflection, as a place of solace for you to remember your family and friends. Please know that you not only have the support of your family, but you have the support of your neighbors in Ward 4 and all across the city. I was honored to introduce before the Council of the District of Columbia a ceremonial resolution honoring and recognizing the legacy and the lives of those that we lost, and I will read just a very few of the whereases. Whereas today we honor and remember Major General David F. Worley Jr., Ann Worley, LaVonda Nikki King, Anna Fernandez, Veronica Dubose, Dennis Hawkins, Mary Doolittle, Cameron Williams, and Janice McMillan. Whereas the 9 individuals we honor were members of our region and the District of Columbia. Whereas on June 22nd, 2015, myself and Mayor Bowser and all of you opened this Legacy Memorial Park as a remembrance of the 9 victims who lost their lives, as a place to provide their family and friends and our community a place of remembrance. Be it resolved by the Council of the District of Columbia that this resolution may be cited as the 10th anniversary, posthumously recognizing those who lost their lives. And may God continue to bless all of you. May God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor and Councilman Todd. Now I'd like to ask any of the family members if they want to share some of their thoughts.
Good morning. Sometimes the most treasured thing in life can't be touched, but they can be felt with the heart. And to me, that's Veronica. We might not be able to physically touch her today, but we feel her in our hearts every day. We see her in the smiles of her children. I can hear her in her mother's laugh. I can feel her presence when me and her sister, my best friend, are having a funky good time because she loved a good celebration. So I know that today, although we are sorrowful in our hearts, I celebrate their lives today. Each and every family member here represented. I love you. I'm praying for you all. I may not know some of you, but I'm praying for you. Mama Carolyn, your fortitude, devotion, and love for your grandchildren is commendable and honorable, and I know that your daughter is proud of you. This family, I'm an honorary member, but they love so hard and big, and it was a wonderful sight to see them rally around these children and love on them. They are truly a village, and it's hard. Veronica was amazing. She was courageous, ambitious, funny, sassy, God-loving, but most of all, she loved her family. She loved her mother, her sisters, her siblings, her children, Rajan and Ava. And Ava is smart. She's beautiful, just like her mom, and she just graduated with honors. That should be, yes. And Raja is strong and funny, handsome, and he just graduated from high school, and he will be attending Radford University this fall. And I am so proud of him, and I know that his mother is too, and I know that, God is not only God is pleased with how these children have persevered, this family. Our lives were derailed. We were left hopeless and helpless. It was a devastating day. And so I just take courage, family, that God honors his promises, and he will never leave nor forsake us. And the next voices you will hear will be Veronica DeBose's children. They have something that they want to say to honor their mom.
Good morning, people. My name is Ava DeBose, and this poem is called The Day God Took You Home. A million times I've needed you. A million times I've cried. If love alone could have saved you, you never would have died. In life, I loved you dearly. In death, I loved you still. In my heart, you hold a special place no one else could ever fill. I was only one when you was taken, but ever since then, I felt forsaken. And my heart is still broken, but you didn't go alone. A part of me went with you the day God took you home.
Raja don't mind saying it. You just say I love you. All right. Just say, yeah. Just say I love you.
We love you, Mom.
He had a poem to do, but a song. He wrote a song for his mom, but we was told we couldn't do it. Okay, so the next time. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning. On behalf of the King family, the mother of LaWanda King asked me to come up and ask some of the other family members before the King family comes up if you all want to come say a few words. Dennis Hawkins' family.
First, giving recognition to Mayor Bowser, council member of Ward 4, and Mr. Winfield, with other honorable guests and visitors. I'm Kenneth Hawkins, the brother of Dennis Hawkins. What I can reflect on is I can recall the day of the incident and where Dennis was doing and where he was going. Dennis was leaving school. He taught here in Ward 4 at the elementary school here. He was on the train bound to church to teach adult vacation Bible school. So today I can sit here and say, yes, I remember Dennis, but I know where Dennis is, and I know what Dennis was all about. So what do I think Dennis is doing? Dennis is there rejoicing with Jesus. So I'm not sad about the incident. What I think and reflect about this memorial is that we need to look at it as a reminder to the community, and not only the community, but the United States, that the outcome of this was because we failed to recognize safety and put safety as an important part of our system. And until we recognize this as a community, not just Metro, but we as individual citizens of the community, say that safety is a priority, safety must be first, there will be other memorials popping up throughout the area because we're not going to allow safety to be the priority. So that's what I would like to remember today, and just say every June 22nd when we remember this, because I've been across the country, and it pops up across the country. Remember, if you fail to use safety, put safety first, this is the outcome of what we will see. Thank you.
And now we have remarks from Janice McMillan's family.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you to everybody out here for their support. And I want to spread love to all the families. I'm chewing this gum. I want to say I love you to my mother. Times like this is hard, but at the end of the day, my mother raised a strong black man. And she told me how to spread love and always care for others. So it's crazy to think that it's been 10 years, but I like to look at it as it's been 10 years since I gained the angel. And no matter what, my mother and all y'all loved ones, they're still with us right here. So don't ever forget that. And yeah, thank you.
Anna Fernandez.
Good morning. I said I wasn't going to cry, but I just can't help it. I'm sorry. Well, first thing is first, I want to give glory and honor to God, because He has helped us through this process. And I did write her something. And great minds think alike, because I actually wrote kind of like something similar as the young lady that came up. And I did write this last night. I couldn't go to sleep. Mom, a million times I've needed you. A million times we've cried. And if love alone could save you, you would have never died. A million times we've wished you were here for every birthday and every accomplishment. Every Mother's Day sucked because you are no longer here. But heaven gained a beautiful angel. Mom, I know you're proud of Victor for becoming the most amazing mechanic. I know you're proud of Sarah for becoming the most amazing mother to your grandchild, Melanie, and for also pursuing a degree in psychology. I know you're proud of Sergio for becoming an amazing pianist and for pursuing a college degree and maybe pursuing to be a police officer. I know you're proud of Tony for being an amazing father to your second grandchild, Leslie. I know Jackie is making you proud. She's very smart and she misses you dearly. I know you're very proud of me for overcoming some of my fears. And I may be volunteering for the MedStar Washington Hospital to help burn survivors like me. We could have not done this without the help of God. And I wish I can run to you for advice. But I used the best asset that you taught me, and that was just to get on my knees and pray during hard times. Mom, we miss you. We love you. My siblings have actually grown up to be very successful people. And I'm grateful for that. It was hard. It was hard to raise them because I was just 18, but we made it through, and with the help of God. I couldn't have done it without God. I love each and every one of you guys. I thank you for your support. Everyone that had lost a mom, cousin, a sister, a daughter, a granddaughter, a son, a father. I love you all. And it will get better. But their legacy will always live on. They're in here. We feel them. And I'm just really happy that we've come such a long way. But their memories will live on and on and on and on. I love you guys.
Is there a representative from the Mary Doolittle family who wanted to speak? From General David and Ann Worley's family that wanted to speak?
Ten years ago, I was a new mom. I had an 11-month-old baby, and now she's 10. And I have another child who has never known their grandparents. My name is Betsy Worley, and my parents were on the Metro leaving Walter Reed Medical Center, the volunteer orientation, because my dad had recently retired from the military and felt that he wanted to give back to all those that had been injured serving our country. And that is very indicative of what my parents were like. I did not prepare anything today because I was here in October at this park and I was so sad because it was in disrepair. And I live in South Carolina, so I don't get here a lot. And I thought, it's true, no one does remember. No one remembers. And so I am happy to see all of this today. And I almost didn't come, but I came because I wanted to see the other families. And I hope that we can greet each other in the church after the ceremony because I feel that we know each other in a deep way. And I want to be able to recognize that because that will comfort me. And I just want to say that I hope, every day I miss them, and every day I think about them. And I want people to talk about them, and I want to hear their name, and I want people to ask what they were like and what they might think, and what I think about what they might think and how I'm feeling. So I would say I would echo the love and the togetherness. I think there's a lot of resiliency, and that's always obvious when we come together. But I hope to the other families at your 11 and you're 17 and you're 23, when maybe this isn't going to happen like this, that we can come together and be together because we will still always remember. So please remember, please speak their name, and thank you.
Is there anyone present from the Cameron Williams family who would like to speak? Chairman Gray, Nikki's mother, LaVonda King, would like for you to come up and say a few words, please.
Good morning, everyone. It's a real honor for me to be here, to be a part of today's ceremony. I well remember 10 years ago on that fateful day, when we were notified of this tragic accident, and certainly remember working with the families in the aftermath. And I'm glad that so many of the family members are here today to be a part of this. I think the important thing, and you've heard it from Mayor, you've heard it from Councilmember Todd, you've heard it from others, and that is that we use this situation to remember the importance of safety in our transit system, and remember those who gave their lives that day, and that we never forget the sacrifices that they made in order to be able to move us forward with our transit system here in the District of Columbia. I was proud to be a part, working with the families, to be able to create the legacy park that we have here. And this will be a lasting memory for so many people who lived through this awful, tragic situation. So the family members who are here, the others who've come out, thank you so much for coming out today on this anniversary of a tragic situation that we should never forget, and we should always use as a basis for determining how we go forward, how we make life safer for us in the District of Columbia. So to the family of all those who are here, to LaVonda King's family, I thank you all so much for letting me be a part of this. It was a delight to be able to work with you, to be able to have a legacy park here, so that we will always remember the sacrifices that were made on behalf of all of those who live in the metropolitan Washington area. Thank you.
And now I'd like to read something from the King family. 315,532,800 seconds. 5,258,880 minutes. 87,648 hours. 3,652 days. 522 weeks. 120 months is 10 years. 10 years ago today, Janice McMillan, Mary Doolittle, Veronica DuBose, Anna Fernandez, Dennis Hawkins, Ann Worley, Major General David Worley Jr., Cameron Williams, and LaVonda Nikki King perished during the afternoon rush hour when a train-on-train collision occurred between two southbound Red Line Washington Metro trains, making it the deadliest crash in the history of Washington Metro. It seems as if it was a lifetime ago, and it seems as if it was yesterday. That is the nature of our grief. It has its own rhythm. It is both present and in the past, and it appears that it continues to stay that way, no matter how much time goes by. 10 years later, our souls still know, our bodies and our minds still remember. That is why today we celebrate the 10th heaven-versary, because the souls that perished 10 years ago are running the streets of gold with a new body in heaven. How do I know this? I know because the biblical meaning of the number 10 is the completed course of time, or completeness in divine order, marking the full journey of life. The number 10 represents revelation and divine law. The number 10 represents the end of the cycle and the beginning of another cycle. The number 10 is the number of divine perfection. And the number 10 represents the 10 I ams. I am the bread of life. I am the bread of life which came down from heaven. I am the living bread. I am the light of the world. I am one that bears witness of myself. I am the door of the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. And the 10th one is, I am the true vine. We are not here today to mourn the day Nikki and the others died. We are here to celebrate their life story, because even though they are not here with us physically, they left behind their legacies in the lives of others. The absence of their presence does not take away the fact that they are still mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, daughters, sons, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, and best friends. Death is not the end of their stories. Death began their eternity in heaven. So on behalf of the King family, we thank you for joining us today as we celebrate this 10th heaven anniversary. God bless.
Reverend Patterson, you could help.
Good morning to our mayor, to our councilmen, to the general manager of the Metro Transit Association, and to the families who have lost loved ones in a tragic experience. We come to remember them. The Metro train accident, and it was the most deadliest accident in the history of the Metro and Washington, D.C. area. A moving train collided with a train that was stopped ahead of it. The train operator, as well as 80 persons, were injured. Well, let me back up. The train operator, along with 8 passengers, were killed, and there were about 80 persons that were injured. On June 22nd, 2014, ground was broken under the leadership of Mayor Vincent C. Gray in honor of the 9 victims. On June 22nd, 2015, marked its 6th anniversary, and the Legacy Park was opened. The park features memorial walls and 9 inscribed sculptures in honor of each person killed in a train crash. Forgive me. I'm reminded of a story of Horatio Stafford. He lived in the 1800s, who had a faith in God, a prominent lawyer who owned Chicago businesses and was driving in the management of property throughout the city. He had a wife, a son, and 4 daughters. Life was good, but later he lost his only son. He was also lost property due to the Chicago fire. A few years later, he spent with his wife and daughter. He sent his wife and daughter on a boat trip to Europe with plans to join them later. A few days into the trip, he received word from his wife by telegram that the 4 daughters were killed in a boat accident. Horatio immediately set out to meet his wife, brokenhearted, while passing over the same sea that claimed the life of his remaining children. He put to his pen to paper, and a timeless hymn was born. When peace, like a river, attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well, it is well with my soul. We must come to realize that no matter how great your faith may be, it does not spare us from the adversities of life. These words were soon composed in the music by Philip Bliss in 1887. Until this day, these words have given hope to those who have suffered loss by way of tragedy. I want the family members to say with me these words: it is well, it is well with my soul. May God bless you, and may God continuously keep you under the umbrella of his unchangeable love. For we must realize that his word reminds us that he will not forsake us, nor will he leave us, that he will be with us always, even to the ends of the earth. No matter what you're going through, just remember that he's just a prayer away. At this time, we would like to call out the names of those who lost their lives 10 years ago. Mary Manday Doodle, Veronica Dubose, Anna Fernandez, Dennis Hawkins, Lavonda Nikki King, Janice McMillan, Ann Worsley, David S. Worsley, Jr., and Cameron Williams. Let us remember those by standing, and we will bow in a moment of silence unto those who have gone on before us. Can we say amen? Amen? Amen. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you.
Please remain standing as the honor guard retires the colors. This concludes our ceremony. Please join us at the church for refreshments, fellowship, and remembrance. Thank you so much.